baby!
Space Vessel JPA 4. Hello, perceptive readers, and something that I want to talk about on these travels is a clarification, if you will, on a matter. What do I mean by this? Well, recently I posted and I talked about the calendar, and I mentioned how there are special events, throughout the year, graduation being the main one, during that season. But I still have that calendar, the happy graduation calendar. And I will post sometimes on there when I will have a special feature, the special feature of decorum, of red suits, red style, fashion, and things of that nature. Now, granted, which I won't go into, sometimes when certain persons see a color, this way or that way or what have you, depending on what group or background they happen to be in, the same feeling that will give you a uplifted or positive feeling, and we talked about this, may give another person a negative feeling. And this is something that I heard someone reference recently, and I've talked about this one person, how this one person was saying that yes, there are certain things, and they really do have a ethical and some people would say a good book principle on certain matters, on why they feel the way they do about certain things, which I certainly can appreciate. And what that person was also saying was, hey, this might have a negative feeling, when I see this or that. But hey, if it's making you happy, you're not hurting anybody, that person had no problem with it. Now, let me give you the tone and the spirit, the respect and the dignity of what I'm mentioning here when I do my hip rock, special feature, because it all coincides with it. One, even though I know some persons really look forward to it, no, I'm not necessarily not trying to start a trend or anything of that nature. But the point is, as a perceptive reader, someone who is creative, like art and also beautiful things done in a special way, even on a regular basis, what have you, then you know what? It's still for them. They're happy for you. But let me again emphasize the tone, if you will. You see, a lot of persons throughout the earth, they even appreciate Mother's Day. And one thing about Mother's Day, it is normally on that day where, especially if persons, really go out and treat their mothers on that day, or wives or what have you, have children, that there's no doubt in your mind whether that person's mother was alive or not, especially if you went in the worship places of worship, the Christian faith, because guess what? Persons were walking around with a red rose. Guess what? That meant life. Life. Their mother was still alive. They were proud to wear that, and they wore it with love. Now, the persons who actually wore white roses, it meant that their mother was no longer around, that she had returned to the grave. So in this case, the way that those persons walked around in their suits, their best dress, and they wore that red rose, it meant life, that their mother was alive, and it meant love as well, which we know red and roses do mean love. So I wanted to take this moment on this space vessel travel to help anyone, especially when they do see maybe this special feature or what have you, that it depends at times, again, where you're at, in your understanding of matters in life. And sometimes you just have to recall the good of the situation first before the negativity in the world came and affected it in the way that now sometimes it leaves a not too good taste in your mouth, which I understand. And I am sorry for that, feeling, because again, I understand what you're talking about. So I wanted to take you to a valid time that's been around and even now still is today, that red means life, means love. It also means sacred, but that's for another time. Have a very good day, perceptive readers. Take care of yourself. Thank you for traveling with me. And always, I appreciate you.